Caerthrone was a kingdom bathed in sunlight, its fields alive with the whisper of swaying grain and the laughter of children. Queen Althea, with hair like spun gold and eyes like sapphires, ruled with a gentle hand. Her laughter was a melody that echoed through the castle halls. She had 3 daughters, each a reflection of her own grace and spirit. Lyra, the eldest, with her mother's wisdom, Astra, the fiery middle child, and Ilara, the youngest, whose kindness knew no bounds. Life in Caerthrone was a tapestry woven with threads of love, laughter, and unwavering trust. Evenings were filled with stories shared by the hearth, the Queen's voice weaving tales of ancient magic and valiant heroes. But this tranquility, like the calm before a storm, was not to last. For in the shadows, envy festered, its tendrils reaching out to taint the heart of the kingdom with darkness. The castle, with its towering spires and ivy-covered walls, stood as a testament to the enduring strength and unity of Caerthrone. Generations of love and laughter had seeped into its very stones, making it a sanctuary, a beacon of hope for all who sought its protection. Queen Althea, with her unwavering belief in the good in everyone, had opened the castle gates to those in need, turning no one away. Little did she know, this act of kindness would have dire consequences, for it allowed a wolf in sheep's clothing to enter their midst, its fangs bared, ready to strike at the very heart of their idyllic existence. Therasia, the queen's cousin, was a woman consumed by envy. Her heart, once filled with light, had blackened, twisting her into a grotesque caricature of her former self. She craved the throne, the adoration of the people, the very life that Queen Althea effortlessly embodied. Therasia watched from the shadows, her eyes like chips of ice, her lips curled into a bitter sneer. The laughter of the children grated on her nerves, the queen's kindness a constant reminder of her own empty soul. She began to weave her web of deceit, whispering poison into the ears of the court, sowing seeds of doubt and discontent. Her words, sharp as shards of glass, cut through the fabric of trust that held Caerthrone together. Therasia, consumed by her own ambition, saw the solstice ball as the perfect opportunity to execute her treacherous plan. The solstice ball, a time-honoured tradition in Caerthrone, celebrated the longest day of the year, a day for merriment, unity, and the renewal of hope. The castle would be filled with guests, their guard down, their spirits high. It was amidst this joyous celebration that Therasia intended to strike, plunging the kingdom into darkness and claiming what she believed was rightfully hers. She moved through the castle, a phantom in the night, her presence unnoticed, her true intentions masked by a veneer of feigned concern and false smiles. The great hall of Caerthrone was ablaze with light. Hundreds of candles flickered, casting dancing shadows on the richly tapestried walls. Laughter and music filled the air, the intoxicating rhythm of celebration pulsing through the crowd. Queen Althea, radiant in a gown of shimmering silver, danced with her daughters, their laughter echoing the joy in their hearts. The solstice ball, a symbol of unity and hope, had always been the highlight of their year. Unbeknownst to them, Therasia, her eyes gleaming with malice, watched from the shadows, her fingers tracing the outline of a poisoned dagger concealed beneath her cloak. The music swelled, reaching a crescendo, and as the clock chimed midnight, signalling the peak of the solstice, Therasia made her move. Chaos erupted. Therasia's loyalists, their faces hidden behind grotesque masks, stormed the ballroom, their swords flashing under the shimmering candlelight. Screams pierced the air, the music abruptly silenced, replaced by the clang of metal against metal and the thud of bodies hitting the ground. Queen Althea, her eyes wide with disbelief and horror, shielded her daughters, their laughter replaced by gasps of fear. The guards, caught off guard, fought valiantly, but they were outnumbered, their defences crumbling against the relentless assault of Therasia's forces. The once joyous celebration transformed into a scene of chaos and bloodshed. Therasia, her face contorted in a mask of triumph, watched as her guards dragged Queen Althea and her daughters through the blood-soaked hall. The queen's silver gown was torn. Her crown lay forgotten on the floor, trampled underfoot. Her daughters clung to her, their faces streaked with tears and terror. Therasia approached the throne, each step deliberate, her eyes burning with a cold fire. She kicked the fallen crown aside, her laughter echoing through the silent hall. This, she believed, was her moment of victory, her ascension to power complete. But in her arrogance, she failed to see the smouldering defiance in the eyes of the captive queen and her daughters. "Shear them," Therasia commanded, her voice dripping with venom, her eyes gleaming with cruel amusement. "Strip them of their dignity, their pride. Let their bald heads serve as a constant reminder of their defeat, their fall from grace." Her words, sharp as a whip, cut through the tense silence, sending a collective shiver down the spines of the captive royals. The guards, their faces stoic, their eyes betraying no emotion, moved forward, their heavy footsteps echoing the impending doom. For Therasia, this act was about more than just humiliation. It was about stripping away their identity, their very essence, and replacing it with fear and obedience.